All right, let's jump right in. You're on the hunt for the best developer laptop in India, specifically under 60,000 rupees for 2026. Well, you've come to the right place. This explainer has one job and one job only, to give you that answer. No fluff, just the facts.
But seriously, whenever you do, pause for a second. If you're about to spend that hard-earned cash, you need to see this first. Trust me, picking the wrong machine right now could mean a whole lot of laggy, frustrating days ahead.
So for the last couple weeks, I've been living with these laptops. I've put them through the ringer with a real developer workflow. We're talking Docker containers spinning up, multiple VS Code windows open, probably way too many Chrome tabs, and Node.js builds. You know, the usual chaos. We figured out which ones can handle it, and just as importantly, which ones can't.
Okay, before we even start looking at shiny new laptops, we have to set some ground rules. What are the absolute, non-negotiable minimum specs you should even consider in 2026? Let's get into it.
Here's the bottom line. 16 gigs of RAM, that's your starting point now, period. An NVMe SSD, absolutely required. The speed difference is just too big to ignore. And for the brain of the operation, the processor, you should not be looking at anything less than an Intel i5 12th Gen or its AMD Ryzen equivalent. Don't let anyone sell you anything less.
And let's be super clear about this. 8 gigabytes of RAM is just not going to cut it anymore. Think about it. Your IDE, Chrome, Postman, maybe a local server, Slack, they're all incredibly hungry for memory. An 8 gig machine is just going to choke and leave you staring at a loading wheel. It's a bottleneck, plain and simple.
So, keeping those minimums in mind, we scoured the market and narrowed it all down to these 5 laptops. Each and every one of these meets our baseline and is a serious contender in this price range.
And here it is, the cheat sheet for this whole thing. You can see the key specs right here, the processor, RAM, storage, and about what you'll pay. We've also highlighted what each machine is really good at. Whether you need raw performance, amazing battery life, or a giant screen, there's something here for you.
First up, our top pick for pure raw power, the Acer Aspire Lite. Now look closely at that processor name. See that letter H at the end? That is so important. It means it's a high-performance chip. In our test, this thing compiled code a full 20% faster than the other chips we'll talk about. For around 57,000 rupees, this is the best performance for money deal out there.
All right, next we've got the HP 15 with a Ryzen 7 chip. With 8 cores, this thing is an absolute monster at multitasking. But, you know, its real claim to fame is the battery life. I was consistently getting almost 8 hours of actual real-world coding done on this. If you're a student hopping between classes or a freelancer working from cafes, this is your new best friend. And at around $55K, it's a fantastic value.
Now, for those of you who just want more space to see everything, the ASUS Vivobook 16 is a no-brainer. That big, beautiful 16-inch display means you can see way more of your code at once. And you know what that means? Less scrolling, more coding. It's a genuine productivity boost. Plus, it has a physical webcam shutter, which is a neat little touch for peace of mind.
Moving on to the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 3. This one's for the developer who really appreciates the little things, the overall experience. It's got a nice metal body that feels great, an IR camera for logging in with your face, and oh, that legendary Lenovo keyboard. If you're typing code all day, every day, your fingers are going to thank you. And that rapid charge feature, a total lifesaver when you're in a hurry.
And our final contender is another HP 15. But this one is special for one big reason. It comes with a massive 1TB NVMe SSD. Seriously, finding that much fast storage in a laptop under 60K is almost unheard of. If you work with huge data sets, juggle a bunch of heavy Docker images, or just have tons of projects, this extra space is an absolute game changer.
Okay, listen up, because this is probably the single most important thing you need to understand from this entire explainer. Getting the difference between an H-series and a U-series processor is the absolute key to choosing the right laptop for you and how you work.
So what's the deal? It really all comes down to this. H-series chips are built for pure speed. They use more power to just demolish demanding tasks, like compiling your code. U-series chips, on the other hand, are built for endurance. They're all about efficiency, sipping power to give you the longest battery life possible. It's a classic trade-off. Do you want more power or more portability?
And here's what that trade-off looks like in the real world. You've got the Acer with its H-series chip, focused on raw power for faster builds. And on the other side, you've got the HP with its U-series chip, focused on efficiency for all-day battery.
Neither one is better than the other, they're just for different people. So you have to ask yourself, are you usually plugged in at a desk, or are you coding on the go?
So what does that power really get you? We ran a benchmark on a pretty standard Node.js project, and as you can see, it's not even close. The H-series processor in the Acer finished the job a full 20% faster. Now that might not sound like a lot, but think about how many times you build or compile your code every single day. Over a week, a month, a year, that time really adds up.
All right, we've looked at the best options out there, and we've broken down the most important decision you have to make. So now it's time to put it all together and give you our final clear-cut recommendations.
So here they are, our 2026 awards. For best overall performance, it's got to be the Acer Aspire Lite with that powerful H-series chip. For the best mix of value and battery life, the HP 15 Ryzen 7 takes the crown. The best screen goes to the ASUS Vivobook 16. Most premium feel to the Lenovo Slim 3. And for most storage, it's that 1TB HP 15. Oh, and a quick pro tip, if you're a Linux user, the Ryzen models here generally have fantastic out-of-the-box compatibility.
So there you have it. The choice is now yours. Depending on what you care about most, whether it's raw speed, all-day battery, or a huge screen, you should have a clear winner in mind. I'm really curious, which one are you leaning towards? Let me know.
And hey, just one last super important thing. All the prices we talked about are what we saw around April 2026. You know how these things are. They can and they will change. So before you hit that buy button, always check for the latest price. Happy coding!